everybody. This video is going to be about stretching and loosening up your upper body. We're going to be working on neck, shoulders, hands, wrists, and upper spine. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get against a wall, and you can do this standing, but I'm going to do it sitting. And I'm going to get all the way up against the wall, and I'm going to stretch my legs out. You can put your legs however you like, but what I want to do is I want to try to flatten my back against the wall, but then also pull the back of my skull towards the wall as well. So as we drive, as we sit at our desks, as we work on computers, we eat, we sit on the couch and watch Netflix, everything rolls forward and our head comes forward. And so we end up with that forward head posture, that nerd neck. That's actually clinically called upper cross syndrome. So this is just kind of a reset exercise for your posture. You always want to have your ears over your shoulders and your shoulders over your hips. And so the wall gives you a good guide. So get up against a wall, shoulders are pulled back, and then you want to pull the back of your head, not like this, but the very back of your skull towards the wall, and your chin is going to jut down or be pulled down. I'm also pulling in my abs, and we're going to hold this for a minute. This is called it's called the 1 minute wall stand, even though we're not standing. I actually like to do this sitting. Keep checking my neck position, pulling in my abs, and trying to pull my shoulders back. You don't want to arch away. You don't want to arch off the wall. You want to try to flatten everything. If you have a really bad nerd neck, your back of your head may not be on the wall yet, but over time, you can retrain those muscles. So if you do have a desk job, this is a great thing to do a couple of times a day. Actually, I like for my clients to do it when they wake up in the morning, because when we sleep, we get all curled up. So this kind of resets your posture. And then if you have a desk job, it's a great thing to do midday, and then to do again one more time when you get home from work. So literally that's 3 minutes of your day. Morning, noon, evening, 1 minute apiece. When you're trying to create healthy habits, it's important to start small, and it's important to start with things that are realistic and doable. So if you tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna work out for 45 minutes, or I'm gonna go for an hour walk, or I'm gonna do 5 hours of meal prep, that's not realistic. But 3 minutes, if you can't focus 3 minutes of your day on improving your posture, then yeah, we probably need to be having another conversation. All right, so I'm sure that's been a minute, probably more. And now we're gonna move to stretching our hands and wrists. This doesn't get done very often. And I took my brace off. I'm gonna try to do the stretch on my newly surgically corrected hand. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by putting our thumb and our pinky finger together and our 3 fingers together. So this is the old Girl Scout sign, if you were a Girl Scout. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna stretch your arm right in front of you. So your shoulder and your elbow and your wrist are all lined up. The important thing to remember is that you want to keep that circle closed, that thumb against that pinky at all times. So now you're going to pull all 3 fingers back, and the tendency is to bend the arm. So if you're really tight, the stretch can be very intense, but we're trying to keep the arm straight. So all 3 fingers come back, and then we're going to grab just the pointer finger or the index finger and pull it back. And now just the middle finger and pull it back. And then now just the ring finger and pull it back. And that's where most of us are the tightest. And release. Now we're gonna flip over and do it again. All 3 fingers pull back. And don't let those shoulders pop up. And then index finger pulls back. Middle finger pulls back. And then ring finger pulls back. And then we're going to release, and we're going to make a fist and open 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Now we're going to do the other side. This is the side that I had my surgery on a little over a month ago. It may not be ready for some of these things yet. I'm going to do my best, but obviously you can do whatever you can. All right, so thumb and pinky finger together, and there's your Girl Scout sign. You're going to pull all 3 fingers back. Oh, can't quite do that. This is weird for someone who's always had a lot of dexterity in their hands. All right, pointer finger or index finger pull back. Middle finger pull back. And then, oh, not gonna be able to do that with a closed hand, ring finger pull back. Okay, all right, we're gonna flip it over. And I'm gonna go back to the other side because this isn't working for me, but you stay on your side. All 3 fingers pull back. My fingers just aren't quite ready for that yet. Index finger pull back. Middle finger pull back. Ring finger pull back. All right, then make a fist and open and close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so shake that out. Now we're gonna bring both arms in front and we're gonna roll our wrists. You don't wanna just flap your wrists around. You wanna really feel like you're just pushing through mud, pushing through water. All right, here we go to the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5, and then go to the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. All right, I'm gonna sit up a little or pull out a little bit from the wall, and now we're gonna do some big shoulder rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, sitting up nice and tall, we're gonna lift the right arm up. Inhale, exhale, take it over. The tendency for people is to curve the arm here. You want that arm to be straight. You want to sit up nice and tall and lean without picking the hip up. So pull that hip down and get this nice stretch through the side of the body. And inhale as you come up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, exhale, root that sit bone into the floor. Reach those fingers. And bring it up. Now we're gonna cross hand over knee and do a little twist. And cross hand over knee, do a little twist. And release. Now we're gonna work on our neck. So we're gonna look over our right shoulder as far as we can. And release, look over your left shoulder as far as you can. And release. All of these neck stretches, you wanna keep this still. You don't wanna go with it, okay? We really wanna isolate the neck. So now you're gonna tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder. So you don't wanna lean over this way. You just want to Tilt it, maybe you can't go very far, that's okay. Now you're gonna take your left hand, you're gonna reach that left hand and you're gonna prong your fingers like a spider and you're gonna dig your fingertips down into the floor. Now at some point you may have been taught that you can grab your head and pull. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is pull the shoulder blade down and then you wanna press through your cheekbone. And that's going to lengthen that muscle. We're actually stretching the top of the trapezius muscle. Those are the muscles that get really tight and pissed off. And those are the muscles that kind of pull our shoulders up. Now we're gonna change the stretch. So right now we're looking straight forward. So you're still stretching your arm out, you're still digging your fingertips down. And now we're just gonna turn and look. We're gonna turn our gaze and we're gonna look to the low diagonal. And the stretch should move. And now we're targeting a muscle called the levator scapula muscle, which also gets really tight when we get stressed out. And this might be pretty intense for you. Let up if you need to. And you'll notice that you can just subtly move your face or your chin or your neck, and the change can really stretch. The stretch can really change. You can, target different areas, make subtle changes. All right, so now you can relax your arm, bring it back in. Now we're gonna turn and look up to the high diagonal. Now that may not be very intense, but you are stretching a muscle called the scalene. Try not to slouch. You want to try to sit up nice and tall and then bring it back to the center. All right, so just kind of roll that out and we're going to do the other side. So tilt, arm goes out. You want tight, straight arm, prong your fingers, dig them down into the floor. You want to press through the cheekbone and pull the shoulder blade down. Of course, your navel is being, pulled in towards your spine. And now we're going to turn and look to the floor, out on the diagonal. And then we're going to turn and look up. You can relax your arm to the high diagonal. And just notice the difference between the two sides. They will usually be a bit different. And back to the center and do some little rolls. All right, I'm going to turn sideways now for this next stretch. You're going to bring your hands behind you with your elbows out. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bow your head, bring your elbows together in front of your face. Try to pull your chin up into your throat. I know that sounds a little weird, but that's going to lengthen the muscles in the back of the neck. And now take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your shoulder blades down, but try to keep your elbows together. And inhale, open up. We're going to do that again. Exhale, elbows come together. Chin goes down and then pulls up. It's kind of like you're trying to pull your chin up into your throat. And then pull the shoulder blades down. And release. And bring those arms down. So one of the other problems that we have, and this is across the board, it used to be years ago that the only people who had this issue were like accountants and people who just were hunched over all day long. Now I see it in everyone. I see it in kids. I see it in everyone. And it just has to do with the fact that we sit down all day and we're on a device, whether it's a phone or an iPad or a computer. But driving, cooking, when you go home and you sit on your couch, everything is slouched back and hunched over. and the shoulders go forward. So we get really, really super tight in the shoulders. So we're going to use our wall again to stretch out our pectoral muscles. So you are going to need to go to your hands and knees. I'm going to go ahead and take this off so you can see what I'm doing. So you want your palm to be up against the wall. And so you're going to come to your hands and knees a little bit away from the wall. And then you're going to twist and you're going to get the palm against the wall. Now, for some of you who are really super tight, this may be all you can do, but others, you might be able to get closer to the wall. And we're going to hold this. Seven, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm just going to relax a little bit. And I'm going to push myself back into the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. And we're going to go one more time. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm going to start a few inches away from the wall. I'm going to bring that arm up, okay? And then I'm going to scooch over and try to get more of my arm and my shoulder close to the wall. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to pull away and relax. Round 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. And round 3. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. Okay, there you go. There is your upper body stretching series. So this is a great thing to do after traveling. Of course, after you work all day. This is also a great thing to do if you have been sewing, cooking, doing some kind of craft or making things where everything is just getting all tight and hunched over. Go through this series. Your hands, your neck, your shoulders will thank you.